LCM and HCF. So today our problem statement is we have to create a calculator which will take two number and give you a LCM and HCF value. So let's say we have two number 45 and 20. Now how in our traditional math we do that? So this is a school standard math where we generally use this type of format, right? So let's say 45 and 20. So we are trying to divide it 45 by 20, then 2 times 40, then the remainder is 5. Then we will again try to use this 20 here and again try to calculate that one, and finally till we get the result reminder as a 0, then we will find that this is the HCF. And for this LCM we will use this type of format, right? And finally we will get that 5, 9 and 4 multiplication, that is basically 180. So this is a traditional process. Now using this type of concept we will try to create a program that will basically take two number like 45 and 20, and finally your program will give an output of LCM and HCF value of that two number. We can also use this type of formula where if you know the two number and then if you calculate the product of those two number, and if you calculate any of this maybe HCF or LCM, then we can use this type of formula. Let's say I know the HCF as 5, then to find out the LCM we can use product divided by HCF. So that is nothing but product of 45 and 20, these two number, and divided by, let's say we know the HCF is 5, so it will automatically calculate the LCM value. So it is also possible for the vice versa. Let's say I want to calculate HCF, so that will be a product divided by LCM. Now how we can do that in Java? So this is basically the flowchart to calculate LCM and HCF. And here you can see we need two variable to collect the two number. A product variable so that we can collect A into B, and this is my while loop condition, A not equal to B. If my two number is equal, let's say 5 and 5, then it will go to this no path because I am trying to collect, or I am trying to create a condition A not equal to B. But if it's a not equal to, then it will go this side, but if it's a equal to, then it will go this side and collect the H shape of any of the number A or B because both are same. But if it's not equal to, then it will check which number is greater than. So here the condition is that if A greater than B, that's mean my first number if greater than the second number, then every time it will do a reset or setting the value of that first number by subtracting by second number. So A is equal to A minus B, and the reverse case, let second number is greater than, then it will go for the no path, and then it will reset the value of the second number by subtracting the first number. That's why B is equal to B minus A. And finally you can check both these case, it will again go for the condition to try the reiterations. So once A is equal to B, it will collect the HCF, and finally we already collect the product, and then we will try to find out the LCM value using product by HCF. So let's check that in a Excel. Now let's say we have two variable A and B, and A and B value set as 45 and 20. So initial value is 45 and 20. Now it will check is A not equal to B? Yes. So that's mean this is my first iterations. So in my first iterations it will check A not equal to B. Yes, these are not equal to, that's mean my iteration start. And if it's a yes, then it will check A greater than B. So for my case, yes, A greater than B, so it will go for this yes part and set A value as A minus B. So now A minus B is 45 minus 20, that's mean A value will be set as 25 and B value will be set as it is remain. Okay, so that's mean it is previously 20, now it's also 20 because we are not doing anything. Now in first iteration you can see here I have set A value as 25 and I have not set anything for B, so that's mean B is again 20, that is basically its previous value. Now it will go this side and again check A not equal to B. So now you can see A value we set 25 and B value is 20. So these are basically not equal to, right? So that's mean my second iteration start here and it will again go here and check A greater than B. Yes, A greater than B because A is 25 and B is 20. So again it will go this yes path and again set A value is equal to A minus B. So you can see here 25 minus 20, that is nothing but 5. So now my a value is set as 5. So here I am not setting anything for the b value, so that's mean b value again set as 20 in my second iterations. Now it will go here and again check a not equal to b, because 5 and 20 is not equal to, then it will go again yes, but now check that this is my third iteration, and in this third iterations it will check a greater than b. No, a is less than b, right? So that's mean it will go for the no path, and in no path it will set b value as b minus a. Now b is equal to, previously b value is 20 and a value is 5, so that means b minus a is nothing but 15. And in this no path we are not doing anything for the a value, so that's mean a value will be remain same, that is nothing but 5, right? Now it will go here and then again go to this loop and check is a not equal to b. So now a is my 5 and b is set as 15. So yes, this is not equal to, again it will go for the yes path and check a greater than b. So you can see here a is 5, b is 15, that's mean this condition is false, it will go for the no path and again it will set b is equal to b minus a. So currently b is 15 and a is 5, so that's mean b minus a, so new value of b in fourth iterations will be 15 minus 5, that is nothing but 10, and we are not doing anything for a in this path, so that's mean a is again its previous value, that is basically 5. Now it will go again this side and check a not equal to b. So you can see here a is now 5 and b is 10, so definitely in my fifth iterations again it will be go for this yes path, because a is not equal to b, a is 5, b is 10. Now it will check a greater than b. No, a is not greater than b, that's mean it will go for the no path and set b value as b minus a. So now my b value is 10 minus 5, that is equal to 5, and we are not doing here anything for the a value, so a value will be remain same, that means 5. Now check, now if we again go for this loop and it will check is a not equal to b. Now no, a is 5 and b is 5, a is 5 and b is 5, a is 5 and b is 5 in iteration 5. So that's mean this will go for this no path, and you can see here in no path we are basically setting HCF is equal to a. It can be a, it can be b, because there is no issue, because you can see here in fifth iteration we get a and b both are same, so you can do anything a or b here, but the new variable or another variable where we are trying to collect the HCF value, that is nothing but this equal value, that is equal to 5. Now we will print the HCF value, that is HCF is equal to 5. And how we can calculate the LCM? So LCM is equal to product by HCF. So product is nothing but 45 into 20, and we get the HCF as 5. So that's mean LCM is equal to 45 into 20, 45 into 20 divided by HCF value, that is set as 5, and finally we will get the LCM value and we will print the LCM value. So you can see here with these two value a and b that will be provided by user, we will collect under a and b variable, and using this logic we can easily calculate the LCM and HCM of these two number. So let's do that, the same thing, same logic in our Eclipse. So now open your Eclipse IDE. This is open for me, and I have created LCM HCF calculator under the package com.demo.loop, and this is my main method. And now double click here to get a wider view. Now here we have to create a LCM HCM logic that we just explain here. Okay, so you can see here we have to create two variable a b, then another variable p to collect the product, and two other variable to collect HCF and LCM value. So let's create that variable first. Now I have created all the variable that is explained in PPT. Now we have to create two statements so that user can understand what he has to do. Then he will enter two value and we have to collect that one under a and b variable. So let's do that. So this is my first statement where I give an enter first number. Then let's create another statement where I am giving enter second number. Now the first number will be collected under a variable and second number will be collected under b variable. Now how we can collect that one? So definitely we have to use scanner class. So let's create a scanner class instance here. Show scanner sc is equal to new scanner system dot in. Now use control shift o to import the package. Now my scanner instance is ready. Now I have to collect the value under a, and we know the syntax sc dot next in because it's an integer type, right? Similarly, under b variable we have to collect the second number, so we can use the same thing, sc dot next int. Okay, don't do any syntax mistake here, so it will be a semicolon, it will be a semicolon. Now save it using control s. Now go to the flow again, and here you can see I have done this step. Now the next step is, given the a into b under p, so p is equal to a into b. Let's do that. So now my next step is to create a into b, which will be collected under p variable. This is my p variable, so this is done. Now go to the flow again. Now our next step is to create a while loop where the condition is a not equal to b. Let's do that. Now I have created a while and the conditions, then my while loop start here and end here. Okay, and my condition is a not equal to b, that is same which is available in this flowchart. Now if it's a yes, then we have to create a condition, that is basically a if conditions, where we have to check if a greater than b. So let's create a condition if a greater than b. Now my if statement start here then end here. Okay, save it using control s. Now if it's a greater than b, then we have to set a is equal to a minus b, right? So let's do that. A is equal to a minus b. Now go to the flowchart again. If it's a no, that's mean if a greater than b, this is false, that's mean it will go for the else part, and in else part we have to set b is equal to b minus a. So let's create a else statement here, and my else statement start here and then end here, and here we have to do b is equal to b minus a. Now save it using control s. Go to the flow again. Now you can see my loop condition is done. Now once this loop exit, or once we complete the loop conditions, it will exit from this loop, and finally we have to collect a value or b value, anything under HCF. So create this statement like HCF is equal to a. So you can see here we have a variable already declared here, HCF. Now we have to set the value a or b under that HCF, and that will be just outside this while loop. So now create HCF is equal to a. Now my HCF value is set. Now go to the flow again, and here I am trying to print my HCF. Okay, so let's do that. Now let's create a system.out.println statement, and here I am giving HCF, that is basically highest common factor, that is nothing but the value stored under this HCF variable. Right, now we have to create the another logic to calculate the LCM, and that is basically LCM is equal to that product divided by HCF. So let's do this statement, then print the LCM. Now I have created this logic that LCM is equal to P by HCF. Now it's time to print this LCM as well. Now I have to create a system.out.println, and here I have given the LCM, that is basically least common multiple, that is equal to the value that is stored under here, right? So now save this file using control s. Now we miss one thing. Now the best practice is that we have already initiate scanner class, we perform the operations. Now we have to close that, right? So use sc dot close method. Now once this is done, save this file using control s. Now double click here. Now go to your ppt again, and let me check what are the two value we have to check. First 45, then 20. For these two value we have to find out LCM and HCF, and we already calculated that 5 is basically for HCF and 180 is calculated for LCM. So let's check that in Eclipse. So just click on this run button. Now your first value is 45 and second value is 20. If we enter here, so you can see that we get HCF is equal to 5 and LCM is equal to 180. Now let's check that if we just make this order in reverse. Let's make my first number is 20, then second number is 45. So let's do that. First number is 20 and then enter, second number is 45. Let's check. Yes, the same calculations coming here. So that's mean for both this case, whichever is the highest number or bigger number, system don't care, it calculates the logic and finally give the exact result 5 and 180. You can use the run button again to check another value, let's say 123 and 645. So if I do that and enter, so you can get the HCF is equal to 3 and LCM is 26445. So this way you can create a LCM HCF calculator using this logic. And if you can understand this flowchart, then it is easy for you to do the logic in your Eclipse code base.
I believe this video has helped you to understand about the topic. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, click on the bell notifications and select all so that you don't miss any video from this channel.